Welcome back to the channel, folks. I'm Blockchain Bill, and this is your weekly crypto update. Bitcoin bounced around a little bit and then closed the week back exactly where it started. A boring week of price action, to say the least, but it's led us to what you guys are seeing happening today. So rather than discuss last week's dull numbers, let's take a look at what's currently taking place. Okay, I've got CoinGecko pulled up, and I'm just going to scroll down here and take a look and see what some of the price action looks like over the last 24 hours for some of our biggest coins that we always talk about. Bitcoin down 3.2%. Let's see, Ethereum down 4.6%. Solana is down 3.8%. Dogecoin down 5.5%. Cardano down 2.8%. And let me see, Shiba Inu down 5.1%. I know I got a lot of Pepe fans out there, so let me scroll down here and let's see what Pepe is doing. Pepe is down 9.4%, and holy mackerel, what is this? Core, which is right next to Pepe on CoinMarketCap, is actually up 31.3%. Core, I'm not real familiar with that token, but I believe it is a mining token, if I'm not mistaken. I think it has something to do with merging proof of stake, proof of work, something along those lines. Whatever the case, it looks like it might be the only one that is up in this market over the last 24 hours. Go Core. Okay, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart and try to get a better understanding of what's happening. So Bitcoin has been in what's called a symmetrical triangle for a little while now. And typically when you are in a symmetrical triangle, you tend to break out of it really hard, either to the upside or the downside. And in Bitcoin's case today, it has decided to break hard to the downside. Now, Bitcoin has a major level of support at right around the $62,800 level. Whether it goes down that far remains to be seen, but that is a major level of support for Bitcoin currently. Okay, I'm going to cover a couple of really important stories right now, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on what to expect for Bitcoin over the next 2.5 weeks before the halving event, and then the months coming after the halving event. Sam Bankman-Fried, good old SBF, was sentenced to 25 years in prison for his financial crimes. I think we can all celebrate this as a victory. Maybe now we can finally put that dark chapter of crypto behind us and look to the future. This next story may sound boring, but it actually has huge implications for the price of Bitcoin in the future. Don't worry, we're going to dissect this one together. VSFG and Value Partners announced that they've submitted a joint application with the Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission for a spot Bitcoin ETF. I wasn't familiar with these companies, so I looked them up. These are asset management firms that operate across China, Hong Kong, Singapore, and even London. Bloomberg analysts are saying that the SFC will likely allow for in-kind redemptions and that the agency will most likely begin approving ETF applications in Q2 of this year. Ultimately, in-kind redemptions mean less selling pressure on Bitcoin. If Bloomberg analysts are correct that the Hong Kong ETFs are coming in Q2, then expect Bitcoin fireworks for July 4th. Whew, guys, are you ready for what's about to happen to Bitcoin? On Wednesday, it was announced that 3 blockchain-based AI projects are merging together to create a new decentralized AI platform. This project involves Fetch, SingularityNet, and Ocean Protocol. The plan is for these 3 protocol tokens to merge together to form the ASI token. Little is known about the specific plans for this new network, but here's what I'll tell you. When you have 3 industry-leading companies with the same vision in one of the newest tech sectors, and they're joining forces, you can bet things are about to jump off. Do you own any of these tokens? It would probably be a good idea if you did. Okay, FYI, I wrote all of this script down over the weekend and finished editing it last night, ready to record this morning. I wake up this morning and the market has gotten a little bit ahead of me. It started reacting a little bit quicker than I thought it did. So, rather than delay this video and rewrite my whole new script, I'm just going to give you my script as it was written last night before the market dump. Tell me what you think. Okay, let's talk Bitcoin price and where it's going to go leading up to the halving event in the next couple of weeks. Typically, 2 to 3 weeks before the halving, which is exactly where we are, Bitcoin begins to pull back. Now, we've already seen a small price pullback. The question becomes now, is that it, or is there more to come? The charts at this point are inconclusive. As an investor, you really don't care unless you're just looking to make one last bargain buy before this candle lights and blows this thing to the moon. As a trader, you should be hyper vigilant right now. The volatility could go either way, and you need to be ready to pounce in either direction. With the charts not indicating a clear direction, I'm strictly going off my gut and history. History says a pullback is inevitable. My gut tends to agree. Now let's talk post-halving. I believe we're going to see a small recovery after the halving event, and then we're going to see a lot of sideways action for a few months. July is when I'm expecting Bitcoin to begin its traditional steady rise to new all-time highs. Now, we've actually already hit new all-time highs this cycle, so what I'm thinking is that $100,000 is going to be the new all-time high. I wouldn't be surprised to see it by the end of July, but late fall is really more my expectations to hit the $100,000 mark for Bitcoin. That was a lot to take in. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to do this again next week. As always, stay curious, be kind, rewind.